Hey guys, welcome to another RapidTag video. My name is Matthew. We will show you how to set up the RapidTag machine from the crate to the floor. So let's get started. The RapidTag machine is a very simple machine to install. There is no professional installation that is required. Once receiving your RapidTag machine, it will come in a heat-treated wooden crate with shrink wrap. Upon opening your crate, you will need two tools. One, you will need a cutting tool. Two, you will need a crowbar. It's very simple. You would just go ahead and place it here, give it a smack, get into the crevice, pop it off. I'm sure you know how to use a crowbar. Second, once you have the wooden crating off, you will take your cutting tool and you will carefully slice off the plastic, avoiding all hoses and wires. Uncrated, you will need one more tool. You will need a 3/4 wrench to take out the 4 bolts on each side of the RapidTag. This is what holds it down to the base of the pallet. So as you can see here, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now let's bring it down here. Okay, so carefully with your hand, go ahead and find the bolt, guide the tool to the bolt, go ahead and give it some turns. Once it gets loose enough, you should be able to just take your hand down there and screw it on out, just like so. Alright guys, so once you have it uncrated and unbolted, you want to make sure to bring the machine towards the edge of the pallet. This is where you're going to, take the pallet away, of course, and get it on the ground, get the legs put in. Make sure that when you're moving it, you hold it by the head, the mid shaft, and try to stay away from the extrusions and the print heads. So of course you're going to use your feet. You're going to go ahead and tilt it back. And you're going to grab a friend to go ahead and take that pallet away. And then bring it down nice and slow. The machine doesn't weigh too much. I did it by myself to show that it can be possible, it could be done. But I do recommend having a friend or someone there to guide it. You don't want to drop your machine. That's the last thing you want. Alright, so once you have the machine off the pallet and onto the ground, first thing you want to do is put on your balancing legs. You should have 4 that come with the machine. Okay, so first things first, keep that friend that you had before, and we're going to go ahead and tilt the machine back. Once the machine's back, you're going to unsleeve your legs. You're going to put it in there, give it a good old twist. You want to make sure to keep this bolt where it is. They should all be positioned in the same spot. If not, use your eye to visually see where you want to place this. So as you can see here, the bolt, there's a little bit of space. I'm going to spin that bolt. This is good enough for me. Lock it into place. You can use a tool. Your hands seem to do fine. Once you have one in there, you want to go ahead and do the other on this side, so we can go ahead and tilt it the other way once I'm ready to do the second area. Once again, you want to visually measure as much as you can. Of course, you'll make adjustments as you go. This looks about good. Go ahead and tighten it up, and then you just go ahead and set it down. So from here, you got the pegs there, right? You want to make sure you don't bend the metal. You don't want to tweak the weld. So you should go ahead and help your partner lift it up nice and carefully, just enough. And as you can see, he places a foot there to keep some pressure. All right, unsleeve, same thing. Okay. And once again, you're going to visually measure towards the legs you just placed on, right? Go ahead and put it on there. All right, go ahead and do the next one. All right, and now we're good to go. So once you get it down, you want to make sure to give it a little teeter-totter, push it back and forth, see where you're off balance. You can see here, this one needs some adjustment. So, go ahead and loosen it up, get it to the floor as much as possible, go ahead and press it. There we go. Now you're going to lock that nut there, give it a push. Okay, the one on the back side needs some adjustment, so it's a simple fix. There's not much that needs to happen, but as you can see,
slight movement. It's going to go ahead and support this.
And now it's balanced. It's good to go. Alright guys, when it comes to installing the bulbs, one of the first most important steps is having latex gloves. This is important because the oils on your skin while touching the bulb will eventually diminish the lifespan of your bulb very quickly. So you will be supplied with 3 different bulbs. You'll have two 300s that will go on the outsides, and you'll have one 500 watt which will go in the middle. So in installing this, you will go ahead and unpackage it. It should come in a bubble wrapping, as you can see here. You will take the 500 watt bulb, come down here. You see there is a push pin. You're gonna go ahead and push it in on one side, stick your finger on the other side, press it in. Go ahead and visually guide it in there. Once it's in, give it a little twist. Make sure that it's nice and snug. Now we'll do the same thing with the 300 watts. Okay, so you'll go ahead and unpackage this. Alright. And same thing. You are going to press it in one side and use your finger on the other to guide it in there. And once again, you're going to go ahead and give it a spin. A little plastic got stuck on there. Make sure you pull that off. And once again, the last one. Same thing. Push it in on the opposing side and use your finger, guide it in there, and give it a twist. And now your bulbs are ready to go. Alright, so let's talk about the air lines. This is a 3/8 air tubing. You will be supplied with a fitting here, but you will not be supplied with the tip of the quick connect. So this is for demonstration purposes. I'm going to take this off here. I'm going to put on our proper quick connect. And as you can see, you will also not be supplied with this. This is something that you can get at your local hardware store. So in installing this, it's very simple. I'm sure all of you have this. You're going to go ahead and stick it here. You got your connection. Once you are connected, you bring it around town. Alright, so when you get to the back, you have your air connected. We need to get this to 95 psi. You're going to go ahead and pop this, turn it clockwise. Okay, keep turning. Follow that dial. Alright, you bring it to the 95, we're almost there. And we are good. Let's talk about electricity. So when it comes to the RapidTag machines, you'll have the range of 110 to 220. The LP1 is usually always going to be a 110 volt. Unless you require 220, then we can adjust that for you. This machine here is a 2-color, so we will be using a 220 volt plug. You will have to pick this up at a hardware store, a local hardware store. When it comes to the wiring here, you can see that you have a ground and 2 live wires. So the first things first, you will need a screwdriver to take these screws off, pop the cap. Then as you see, there is a slot. You're going to go ahead and put these together and fish your wires through carefully. Once you have them through, go ahead and just push this away so it's out of the way. Then we'll focus first on the ground wire. Most of these plugs should have a color indication on which one is ground. Once you have this, take the wire, give it a twist, make sure it's not frayed so you catch every wire. Go ahead and slide it in there carefully. Once you have it nicely placed, you take your screwdriver, lefty loosey righty tighty, go ahead and spin it to the right. Get a nice firm hold. Once it's in there, twist it till it's nice and firm, and then we'll go ahead and do the same to the other 2 live wires, placing them inside. Okay, and the last one here, there we go. Alright, so once we have it nice and tight, you shouldn't have to give it a snug test because you should have had a firm twist on this in the first place. You're going to go ahead and line up these screws. You see these screws here with the slots inside. So once you have that aligned, give it a good push. These should pop out a little bit. Okay, then you would go ahead and lefty loosey, righty tighty once again, turn to the right, pop it into place, and last but not least, you have your fitting. It's supposed to give a nice snug to the wire, so when someone pulls or does something maybe you shouldn't do, it's not going to pop the wires out. So you're going to go ahead and twist this nice and tight. Same with this one. And now you're ready to go. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned until next week where we will go over all of the features on the RapidTag so you can get a better understanding on what they do and how to use them.